Tao Xing Zhi, born on October 21, 1891, luminary in the realm of Chinese education and social reform, exemplified a life devoted to the democratization of knowledge and learning. The experience of poverty and childhood hardship, which almost left him without the opportunity to study, allowed him to witness the extreme poverty and low levels of education of the ordinary people in that era, as well as the government's ineptitude. Fortunately, his teacher allowed him to sit in on classes, but when his parents wanted to persuade him, who had graduated from university and had some knowledge, to return home and live in peace, he remembered the words in his graduation thesis: "If the people are impoverished, education is the only way to enrich them. If the people are foolish, education is the only way to enlighten them." He came to Columbia University to seek the answer of Chinese education. There, he was deeply influenced by the progressive educational ideas of John Dewey, which he would carry back with him to China. To reform the country deeply entrenched in class and social hierarchies, he came up with his educational philosophy. Democratization of education. Tao was a staunch advocate for making education accessible to all, regardless of socioeconomic and gender background. He believed that education was a fundamental right and not a privilege reserved for the elite, and both men and women should have equal opportunities in education, emphasizing that educating women was crucial for the overall progress of society. This was a revolutionary idea in a society that had traditionally limited higher education to a privileged few. Life education should be intertwined with daily life. Instead of rote memorization and detached classroom learning, he emphasized that education should be practical, relevant, and rooted in real-life experiences. This approach aimed to make learning more holistic and meaningful for students. Emphasis on teacher training. Recognizing the pivotal role of teachers in shaping young minds, Tao stressed the importance of proper teacher training. He believed that teachers should be well-equipped, both in terms of knowledge and pedagogical skills, to guide students effectively. Community involvement. Tao believed that schools should be closely connected to their communities. He felt that community involvement in education would make learning more relevant and would also foster a sense of social responsibility among students. Work-study movement. Bridging theory with practice. Furthering this philosophy was his conceptualization of the work-study movement. Tao envisioned a symbiotic relationship between work and study, where students would split their time between academic pursuits and hands-on work, whether in agriculture, industry, or other practical fields. This, Tao believed, was the perfect amalgamation of theoretical knowledge and practical application. Students would not only grasp concepts but also witness their tangible impact in the real world. To make the wishes come true, he established the Xiaozhuang Experimental College in Nanjing in 1927. To build his ideal Chinese education, he planned to start here and train 1 million teachers who come from the people, integrate into the people, and give back to the people to change 1 million village. But what kind of education should be provided for the suffering peasants? How to provide education to them in a poor village where thorns grow and people here are almost uneducated? He said the school wasn't founded for aristocrats and the bookworms. Tao only wanted to teach peasants who were dedicated to education and improving China. He led the students to build their own school buildings, toilets, auditoriums, and libraries. They cultivated and fertilized the land all by themselves. The content of their classes involves cultivating land, doing carpentry work, engaging with life and labor, and acquiring knowledge in the open sky and in daily life. As the students grew up and got skillful, they went to the surrounding villages to spread knowledge and uphold the spirit of this form of education. It improved various types of education's expansion in the poor villages, promoted early childhood education, and enabled rural children to learn music and political and military knowledge. They poeticized all difficulties and pains, making their mind and life positive. However, on account of Kuomintang's persecution of Tao Xing Zhi, the 3-year-old Xiaozhuang school closed. But it is a school without walls and its education is aimed at all the person, so it is impossible to close it. After Xiaozhuang Normal School was forced to close by the authorities, Tao Xing Zhi had to escape to Shanghai and later went to Japan for refuge. Tao Xing Zhi encountered difficulties, but did not give up his practical concept of rural education. During the invasion of foreign enemies, he founded the Little Teacher system to address the educational challenges that arose. He also decided to prepare for the establishment of a work-study group that would integrate factories, schools, and society to promote the practice of rural education. However, Tao Xing Zhi's efforts did not receive recognition and support from the authorities. As time went by, his life became more and more difficult, and his body became weaker and weaker. He eventually died of illness in 1946 at the age of 55. But his ideas inspired the people, who mourned him spontaneously and buried him in Xiaozhuang, where the word Xiao means dawn.
他在小庄那个地方，一个很贫困、落后、混乱、秩序很不好的这样子的一个农村里边，吸鸦片的、赌博的，还有打架的，还有就是黑社会，相当的盛行。
父亲这个人非常慈祥，他很少发脾气，他脸上总是笑容，他说话很爽快，他是带有南京腔的徽州口音。
他来到小庄没地住，就住在刘的房子里面，住刘房里面，和老刘生活在一块。陶英的老刘生活，所以老刘替陶英的关系很好。
这个庭院是很不错的，我一直到现在还保留了当时爸爸抱了我照的相，还有就是我骑自行车玩大皮球的照片。和我在生日时祖母为我喂这个绿豆汤的照片。那个时候啊，父亲对孩子们很爱的，他有时间。
百姓的穷，他说正是穷到了无法形容的这个地步。他们这个是在死亡线上挣扎，他们没有一点保障。当时至少有2亿以上的是文盲，至少是有7000万的儿童呢，没有受过一点的教育。
中国的老百姓，特别是农民那么苦，我怎么忍心能够拿这么多钱？中国90%是农民，农民不解放，农民不翻身，中国永世不得翻身。
陶行知呢，他这乡村教育，他就把重心推到了占中国人口大多数，但是生活最差，知识也最差，健康状况也最差，头脑呢又被各种各样的陈腐的那些东西禁锢的，是下去了。
陶成是在小庄的歌声里长大的，这是父亲陶行知写的镰刀舞歌，唱的是乡间农妇的劳作生活。那年4岁的陶成和他的兄弟、母亲、年迈的祖母一起告别北京的庭院， 把家搬到了小庄的茅草棚里。
对的，这个环境不是一个世外桃源的地方，不是一个非常的平静我可以做试验的地方，而是在一块经济丛生的地方，要开辟出一个他那样子的理想的学园出来。
原来是大小的小，他来了以后，在那个配粮的时候后小，小的小。这个厂原来是老厂，他来以后，宿舍里头经常锻炼，就干那个劳动的厂，老厂。陶行人他和农民的关系是如鱼和水的关系，有和人的皮肤和肉的关系。
他是最人民化、最平民化的一个中国的知识分子，这一点是了不得的。
他超出了知识分子范围，做人的典范，
为人民而做出一切，这一个精神，这个陶夫子的精神，也就是捧着一颗心来，不带半根草芥的精神，仍然要大大的发扬。